Hey guys, this is Dave and welcome back to Route 66 Restoration. I'm out here just kind of putting a video together here for you guys to show you some of the things that I had going on. I posted this a while back that I had a hole in my frame. Well, the frame was in pretty bad shape, but this was my problem. See the nice welded attachment to the frame? Evidently there was some damage at some point, and then it was all rotted out on the bottom. Big hole here on the bottom side of the frame. Obviously it tore away at some point here. You can see that. It's nice and tore away. Bushings are shot, all cracked up. So they needed to be replaced. So the spring bushings were also whopped out. So, these bushings aren't that expensive. So actually this particular bushing is out of the spring here. Okay. And I actually got those from Rock Auto. Rock Auto stocks them for the 57 Chevrolet, and they go in like that, one each direction. Okay. So as I'm working on this, I had to make a patch. And the patch, I got part of the bottom welded in here already. Everything is wet here today. It's been raining, and it's 100% humidity here in the south. And so it's not conducive to having bare metal. So anyways, I made this patch. This is 16 gauge. It's about the same thickness of the metal. I'm sure that it rotted away a bit, but the patch goes in like this. And then I'm actually going to put another piece underneath it with some plug welds on each side here. And so that'll give it strength, and then I'll plug weld it in here, and then I'm going to widen this gap a little bit here and a little bit there so that I get good penetration into the bottom. The problem is that I couldn't find this welded style mount, but they did use this style mount also. So this one's a rivet on, I believe. If not, it's bolted, but I'm going to bolt it. Don't do rivets. But anyways, I really had trouble finding these bushings without paying a huge amount of freight on them. Summit they had them in stock, the Dan Chuck 063, I think it's their 063 number, Dan Chuck number bushings, and they were, the bushing was like $7.99 and the freight was like $12. And so I went to the Napa store, and I got Napa actually lists this rear shackle mount bushing, and then this is their part number. So for the 57 Chevrolet, this 274-8700 Napa chassis number. Now it come two in a box. My parts guy seemed to think that actually they were sold individual. I don't know. It showed like $7.99. I ordered them online and I paid for it, and they came in a box of two, and I got there and he's like, oh, they're individual pricing. So it was another $7. So yeah, $14. That's still cheaper than $7.99 plus $11.99 in freight. So did save a bit of money. But again, it's this Napa rear shack, 57 Chevy rear shackle mount bushing. 274-8700. You see it says quantity 2. Made in USA. Look at that. So anyways, got the bushings for to go in there. So they do fit quite nice. They connect together inside quite well. So it's, it works. So I'll get this back down in here where it's supposed to be, and we'll get some bolts in it. And then one other thing that I got to repair is when I was taking this apart, I sheared off the shackle mount. One of the bolts sheared off here. So that leaves me with a problem. I got to figure out how I'm going to get through that. I don't know if I'm just going to replace this completely with a bolt. I don't know how much room I have because they're pretty tight there. But truthfully, and maybe somebody can answer this in the comments, if on the back of their 57 they have the old style lift shackles. One of the things I don't want is a back down stance to this car. I want to have it nose down a little bit. So, and I did, if you guys have watched any of my other videos, I did cut the front springs about one one turn off of them. So that I figured that would drop it a little bit, trying to get more of a, I don't want it real high, but I don't want to have a back down tail stance. And a lot of these cars, when the springs kind of sag out, that's what they did. So I don't want to spend a lot of money. Air shocks, man, every car that I ever knew in the 70s that had air shocks on it, you drive them down the road and it just pounds. And with this car, or these 57, 56 Tri-5s, we'll say that, the Tri-5 cars, the shock mount, the upper shock mount is in the body. And this one, it's obvious that they crack out because this one has been all replaced with like big steel washers in the shock areas. So anyhow, this is something that's evidently an issue with the 57s. A lot of guys put a shock into a separate shock mount so it goes to the frame. You can modernize these cars a bit. A lot of guys put in sway bars and drop spindles and all that stuff. I'm not into drop spindles. I really don't like airbags. That the idea of airbagging a old car to me is just not what a hot rod's about. I grew up in the old school days where the gassers and that stuff were in the hot rod magazines that I got. I'm not a pro streeter. I'm not one of these guys that wants to build some car to go to a touring event. It's just not about that for me. I want that old fashioned kind of hot rod look. And so that's what I'm aiming for. Anyways, I'm just kind of rambling on here, but guys, I just wanted to take a moment and show you what I was dealing with. Once I get this piece in and get the spring shackle back on, it's gonna be move on to finishing up this trunk. I do have that panel that I've made for the trunk. So anyways, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. Again, it's Dave with the Route 66 Restoration, and thank you for those who have newly subscribed. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're not there yet. I actually I'm getting to the point where I'm going to try to give away some t-shirts. So maybe we can get to that point. So take it easy, guys. Talk to you later.